Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about the multiplication of a vector and the topic is cross product. So let's suppose if we have two vectors that is a and b and we are going to multiplying these two vectors and the answer of these two vectors give us the vector quantity. So these type of multiplication are known as the cross product or the vector product multiplication, and we put a cross between these two vectors. The real life example of the cross product multiplication are the angular momentum, which is equal to position vector into the linear momentum, the linear velocity of a body if it is moving into the circle, which is equal to angular velocity into the radial vector. Similarly, the torque applied to the body, which is equal to the moment arm, or you can say that the lever arm, into the applied force. The common point here is after multiplying the two vectors, we give a vector quantity. And we know that a vector depend upon two things. One is the magnitude and the another one is direction. So let's talk about the magnitude of the vector first. So a cross b, which is equal to ab sine of theta. The a present here, it is basically the magnitude of the a vector. The b present here, it is basically the magnitude of the b vector. And the theta present here, it is nothing but the angle between the a vector and the b vector. So let's suppose if we have two vectors, that is 2i and 5i, and they both are parallel to each other. Why? Because I represents the direction of that particular vector along the x-axis. So that's why 2i and 5i. These both vectors are acting along the same direction. So the angle between these two vectors, it is nothing but the 0 degree and sine 0 degree, which is equal to 0. So the cross product multiplication of these two vectors, it is nothing but the a cross b, which is equal to 0. Similarly, if we have two vectors, let's suppose 2i and 5j. So I represents the direction of that particular vector along the x-axis, j represents the direction of that particular vector along the y-axis, and the angle between the x-axis and y-axis, it is nothing but the 90 degree and sine 90 degree, which is equal to 1. So the cross product multiplication of these two vectors, it is nothing but a cross b, which is equal to ab. Lastly, if we have two vectors, I represent the direction of that particular vector along the positive x-axis, and minus I represent the direction of that particular vector along the negative x-axis. So the angle between the positive x-axis and negative x-axis, it is nothing but the 180 degree and sine 180, which is equal to 0. So the cross product multiplication, it is nothing but a cross b, which is equal to 0. So the conclusion here is the cross product is only valid when two vectors are perpendicular to each other. Now, this is basically the magnitude of the cross product. And the important point here is if we are multiplying the two vectors, that is A cross B, and we get a C vector. So the magnitude of the C vector, it is nothing but the area of the parallelogram. Similarly, if we divide the magnitude of the C vector by 2, it will give us the area of triangle. Now, this is basically for the magnitude of the cross product. Let's talk about its direction. Now, if we have two vectors, that is a and b, so the cross product of these two vectors give us the vector quantity. Let's suppose c. This c vector, it is basically perpendicular to the a vector and also perpendicular to the b vector. This symbol, it is basically the sign of perpendicular. As well as this c vector, it is also perpendicular to the plane containing a vector and the b vector. So there are the two methods to determine the direction of that particular c vector. Let me show you how. Let's suppose if we have a space and we have the two vectors, that is a and b. So after multiplication these two vectors, we get a c vector. So let's suppose if the a vector is directed along the positive x-axis and the b vector is directed along the positive y-axis. So the C vector, it is basically perpendicular to the A vector as well as the B vector, and also the plane containing A vector and the B vector. So C vector is directed along the positive Z axis, and in this case the C vector is actually perpendicular to A vector, because the angle between the Z axis and X axis, it is nothing but the 90 degree. And also this C vector is perpendicular to the B vector, because the angle between the Z axis and Y axis, it is nothing but the 90 degree. And also this C vector is perpendicular to the plane containing A vector and the B vector, and in this case it is nothing but the XY plane. Now let's try some examples. So therefore, if we have two vectors, that is A and B, and we get a C vector. So let's suppose the A vector is directed along the y-axis and the B vector is directed along the positive z-axis. Just pause the video and think, where is the C vector actually lie? We know that a C vector, it is perpendicular to the A vector and also perpendicular to the B vector, as well as also perpendicular to the plane containing A vector and the B vector, and in this case it is nothing but the YZ plane. So the C vector is actually lie along the positive x-axis. This is basically C vector. Now another method to finding the direction of that particular vector, it is known as the right hand rule. Right hand rule says that put your index finger onto the direction of the first vector. Similarly, put your middle finger onto the direction of the second vector. Then your thumb decides the direction of your third vector. So let's try some examples problems. Now let's suppose if our first vector is directed along the positive x-axis and the second vector is directed along the positive y-axis. So by the help of right hand rule, we easily determine the direction of the C vector. So this rule says that put your index finger onto the direction of the first vector, and in this case it is nothing but the positive x-axis, because the A vector, it is basically lying along the positive x-axis. So put your index finger to the right or the positive x-axis direction. So put your middle finger onto the direction of the B vector, and in this case the B vector, it is basically like the positive y-axis, which means the vertically upward. So your thumb, it is basically the outward the screen or outward the page, so it is basically the direction of the C vector, which is positive z-axis. Again, let's suppose if our first vector is directed along the negative x-axis and the second vector is directed along the negative y-axis. Just pause the video and do it for yourself. Where is the C vector lie? Put your index finger to the left or to the negative x-axis, because A is our first vector. Similarly, put your middle finger to the vertically downward or the negative y-axis, because B is our second vector. So your thumb, it is basically outward the screen, but it is not right. Why? Because A vector, it is basically along the negative x-axis and the B vector is also lying along the negative y-axis. So the C vector is also lying along the negative z-axis. Okay, so this is basically the direction of that C vector, which means that your thumb is directed into the page or into the screen. Now write it down to your notes is, if any of the vector, either it is A or the B, it is basically the negative, so your C vector is also negative. And if they both become negative, that is negative A and negative B, so the C vector is also negative in the direction point of view. Now let's talk about some properties of the cross product. First of all, cross product is not commutative. What does it mean? It means that the A cross B, which is not equal to the B cross A. Why the A cross B is not equal to B cross A? Because of direction. And the direction of A cross B and B cross A, it is nothing but the 180 degree. So, but in one point, the A cross B, which is equal to B cross A, if we multiply a negative number, which is 1, with B cross A, then A cross B, which is equal to negative B cross A, and they both are parallel to each other. This is basically the property number 1. Property number 2 is the cross product is the distributive property. That is A cross B cross C. Distribute A to the individual vector present in the parentheses so that it will become A cross B plus A cross C. This is basically the distributive property of the cross product. Similarly, the cross product, it is the associative property. What does it mean? It means that M bracket A cross B, the M present here, it is basically the scalar. So the answer of M bracket A cross B, which is equal to MA vector cross B vector and also A vector cross MB vector. This is basically the associative property of the cross product. And we know that if two vectors is parallel to each other or anti-parallel to each other, so the cross product is 0. And if the two vectors are perpendicular to each other, so that the cross product is valid. And similarly, the magnitude of A cross B, which is equal to the area of parallelogram, and if we divide this A cross B magnitude by 2, so it gives us the area of triangle. That is the self cross product. So if we multiplying the vector by itself, so the answer would be 0 here. Why? Because the angle between the A vector and A vector, it is nothing but the 0 degree, and sine 0, which is equal to 0. So that's why the self cross product of the vector is equal to 0 here.